Ham radio operators from across North America, including right here in St. Joseph, are preparing for situations they hope never come. Good evening, I'm Melinda Barrett. The Missouri Valley Amateur Radio Club took over Wyeth Hill Park to test their equipment for emergencies while also making as many contacts across the continent as possible through their ham radios. Bill Coverdell is testing his ham radio equipment, a hobby he's enjoyed since 1977.
I got interested back when I was a little kid. My grandmother had an old radio with shortwave band on it.
Coverdell is a member of the Missouri Valley Amateur Radio Club, a group of local ham radio operators that spend the last weekend in June making sure their equipment is serviced and ready to go in case of emergencies.
Roger, copy 4 Alpha Eastern.
Basically a test for what happened in Joplin, happened down in Oklahoma with the big tornadoes. For the first 10 days in Joplin, the amateur radio operators ran all the communications for the police and fire departments in that devastated area, and this is a test to see what we can do.
Amateur radio service has been around for a century. Licensed operators use the airwaves as a reliable source for communication time and time again when a crisis strikes.
Everybody thinks, well, if something happens, we'll have the cell phones. We'll have our towers and our repeaters. Sometimes that doesn't happen. That's where we can take a portable radio and plug it into a cigarette lighter in a truck. And if our repeaters are around, we can have communications anywhere in town with an amateur radio operator in the vehicles.
The event is the single most popular on-air event held annually in the United States and Canada. It's also an opportunity for people to come out and learn more about emergency communications.
If you can pass a driver's test and you can read and write at the 6th grade level, you can get an AM license.
The Missouri Valley Club is part of the National American Radio Relay League with more than 150,000 members. The event kicked off today, but runs overnight tonight and through tomorrow afternoon. A muggy start to the weekend. Chair Tenderly is here with a first look at our weather. Police in Aurora, Missouri are hoping this security camera footage will help them find whoever stole a school bus and took it for a joyride. The suspect drove the bus through a fence, dragging a gate for a few feet. Cameras inside the bus also caught the action before the bus was crashed. The video rolled for hours. Now investigators and school officials are looking for clues. The YWCA isn't taking a break while celebrating its 125th anniversary, and neither are the organization's supporters. Tonight, a benefit concert was held for the YWCA's Rape Crisis Unit. Various musical acts stopped in and performed, including the Something Else Cabaret Group. For the YWCA, it was a way to raise awareness and money for an important segment of the organization. And for the musicians, it was a chance to perform and help the community.
So I think the services that will come about from the donations from today's cabaret will be very needed and really support those who have gone through so much.
It's always fun to go out and sing for the community, and since it's for a good cause, it's even better.
If you have questions about rape or any other kind of sexual violence or assault, the YWCA offers a 24-hour hotline, 1-800-653-1477. Tragedy strikes an air show today in Ohio. Coming up, video just moments before this fiery crash and emotional statements from officials. And a Missouri woman took a leap into her 90s. What the skydiving granny says is next on her bucket list. Coming up next. 2 people were killed when a stunt plane crashed during an air show in Dayton, Ohio earlier today. We warn you, this video could be disturbing to some. A stunt woman was on the wing of this plane when it crashed. She and the pilot were killed instantly. No spectators were injured, but the air show was canceled after the crash. Witnesses say the plane appeared to be flying too low when its wing clipped the ground. The National Transportation Safety Board is investigating the crash.
Obviously, this is a tragedy for what's a very small community, and obviously our thoughts and prayers go out to those 2 individuals and their families.
FAA officials witnessed the crash. Schlabo said there were no definitive answers as to why the crash happened, and the results from the investigation could take months. Grandmothers are used to low-key birthday celebrations, complete with cards and a visit from family. But for one woman, that wasn't enough for her 90th birthday. Instead, she jumped out of a plane. Emily Rittman has more. Rosebud has also been parasailing and on a hot air balloon, and she's not finished yet. She plans on zip lining in Branson soon. All right, so we had the first official day of summer on Friday, and I think it's officially here. What do you say?
It's definitely here. Mother Nature got the memo that summer has started, and she sent us those warm summer temperatures.
I had a garage sale this weekend, and hot and humid both days, so it's been very warm out, to say the least.
Definitely glowing out there today,
Yeah,
definitely.
I'm not surprised. Thanks, Cherish. A former Griffin is fighting for a championship in his first season with his new club, plus a first pitch frenzy in St. Joe tonight. See the Mustangs' world record attempt next in sports. Plus, a supermoon will light up the sky this weekend, and we'll show you what to expect later on. It's called a supermoon. Here it is over Atlanta in 2011. It's 14% larger and 30% brighter than an average full moon. It's at the closest point to Earth in the lunar orbit, when the moon is just 221,824 miles away. Here in St. Joseph, it will happen around 6:30 tomorrow morning. Going to be awake for that? 6:30, see that supermoon?
Absolutely.
I don't know if you are, you're a lot more of a trooper than I am.
You'll have to take a picture.
Yeah, I will. I'll have to get out there and see if I can get a good
I
picture.
think that'll
and
do
share.
enough for me.
What's it going to be like at 6:30 in the morning?
It's going to be warming up. It's going to be getting hot again quickly, and that's what we've got in store for the rest of the week. Even though it's going to be in the low 90s, that heat index makes it feel like it's in the high 90s. So by the time we're in the afternoon tomorrow, it's going to feel like we're approaching 100 degrees. So if you need to, make sure you stay hydrated and go inside when you can't take any more heat.
Hot, hot, hot. That's what we have, right?
That's
All
right.
Thanks for tuning in tonight. We'll be right back here tomorrow night.